Hello, it's me, Jack-a-Lopium. Welcome along. We're here taking a look at a game called The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante. In times of the fall of the blessed Arcanian Empire. That is quite a long name, but let's just call it The Life and Suffering of... and they, the developers themselves, pronounce it as Brante, Sir Brante. However, with my crazy English accent, I'd probably prefer to pronounce it Brante, or even Brant with a silent E. But I will just see how the read-through takes me on whether the kind of writing dictates how it falls off my tongue. Not saying that I know any better than them, I'm just saying that I might have a different accent. So, The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante is published by a company called 101XP. They're a Russian publisher who brought us Dayland, Redneck Ed, and a whole slew of other kind of MMO style games which I'd never seen before in my entire life when I came to purchase this. So yeah, this has been described by the devs themselves as a text-based, narrative-driven RPG. It does look similar to other games such as Midnight Caravan and Palais de Rain, which I have both of those games, but I've just never been able to, I really want to do like some episodes on those types of games, and those two games in particular, but I've just never been able to get around to it, man. So yeah, let me know what you think of The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante. Give me a like if you like it, and comment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But let me know if you want to hear some more of this. This is probably going to be more like a text, and I'm going to be reading. So I guess a lot of it is just due to how much you like my voice. If you don't really like my voice, then you'll probably just click away straight away. I hope I can do it some kind of justice. I'm going to call my first character Sir Jack Brante. Other characters will address you exactly like this. Awesome. Chapter restarts are going to be enabled. I'm not going to be doing Iron Man mode for this, and we're just going to be looking at this just for a bit of a review for right now. But what you must know is I've literally just bought the game myself and fired it up. So this is the first time I've been looking at. So we're going to be learning about this together. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define who Sir Brante will grow up to be. You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. With every step he takes at your behest, Sir Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. There you go. The world of Sir Brante's birth is a ruthless realm where people are divided into estates. It is hard to be a hero here. Yeah, the developers have stated that it's kind of unlikely that you'll become a kind of world-renowned hero in your playthrough, or it might take several generations before you build up the kind of into a kind of heroic story. But there you go. Be ready to accept that Sir Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often you will not be able to make the choice you would like to, so we'll see how that affects the playthrough as well. That's pretty interesting. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. That's pretty interesting. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. Now, what will become of your Sir Brante, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you.
The story of my life remains written on these pages. But my fate has always been my own. Every deed, every choice, every person I met made me what I am. Could I have taken a different path? Could I have found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
Visual artwork looks excellent, and the read-through is pretty darn good as well. I always feel bad criticising VO actors because they know what they're doing. And they've probably got much more desirable voices than I have. But here we go. Let's try and read through this. This is chapter 1 of the story of Jack Brante, or Brante, or Brante. At the end of time is the name of chapter 1. Your fingers are stained with ink. Your breathing grows ragged. Your hands are shaking. Yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you, and how did you reach this end? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Archnean Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth, whether human or Archnean, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner. So there's a difference between Archneans and humans. That's pretty interesting. All bend to the divine will of the twin gods. So we've got some kind of duality in the religious world. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I don't know whether it's going to be a kind of yin-yang thing. They have said, the devs, that they're not going to be concentrating on, you know, good versus evil, if you will. Evil characters outside of fiction are just people with different motivations, motivations which could cause some kind of conflict. You know, everyone's a good guy in their own mind. And each life is naught but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. I mean, I am going to try and do a good walkthrough. I don't want to go all edgelord, because I'm sure there's probably going to be loads of people going edgelord. And you can just watch one of them if you want the edgelord experience, but I won't be doing that. I'm not sad enough to be an edgelord, sorry. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you in a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces, so many faces of the people you held dear, the people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you here to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path, chosen a different corner, found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. I mean, these are questions that are being asked. We might not have had the opportunity to change the course of history, you see. I mean, most people in their real lives don't. You know, we can only exert a limited amount of influence on the world, really. The vast majority of us, now on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question of all. Your life, of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Why did you choose your own fate? Or was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? So we could either choose the man himself shapes a man's destiny. You made your own destiny, the world around him. Your path was charted for you by the people, the age and the society in which you lived, a higher power. Your destiny was forged by a power greater than your own. There is no destiny. Destiny does not exist. Human life is an exercise in chance. It is not governed by any laws. I am going to try and become a holy man. That's going to be my goal for this playthrough. I mean, if you want to see more of Sir Brante, of course, then this playthrough is going to be the religious playthrough. Why not? It's not going to be the bad guy playthrough, the edgelord playthrough. It is going to be the religious playthrough. However, just want to make it clear that this is a fictional world. We're not going to be talking about various real life religions. We're going to be talking purely about the fictional religion of the Sir Brante world. Okay, I don't want any guff. I mean, you can say whatever you like, but I'd prefer no talk of real world religion, politics, and all of that bollocks. Not that I particularly mind. It's just I don't really want. I want everybody to feel quite welcome here. At the end of time, right, you put your hands together in a silent prayer. Death is near and you are ready to step beyond the final threshold. Your life was not lived in vain, it was part of a greater design. Like it or not, we are all guided by forces beyond our ken, the same forces that shape the destinies of men and civilizations. No matter how much free will we think we have, we are nothing but obedient instruments in the hands of eternity. True freedom has always lain in understanding the greatest laws that govern our tiny, short, insignificant lives. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you'll have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Jack Brante will live once more. Yeah, similar to in English, I guess, would be, Bronte, Emily Bronte from the Bronte sisters. Who were the other guys from the Bronte sisters? There was also a Bronte brother, but we don't talk about the Bronte brother. What was his name? Crikey. Okay, so this is our childhood. We're obviously going to be progressing through adolescence. Youth, peacetime comes before, and everything is going to end in a violent revolt at the end of the story. I don't know. I mean, I guess our gameplay would have to dictate the number of years in between each. They have mentioned as well that childhood and adolescence is kind of linear, because obviously as a child and as an adolescent, you obviously can't really influence the world much beyond your ken anyway. So there you go, chapter 1, childhood. Oh, hello. Yeah, I don't even know really how we progress things forward. Childhood. I'm learning it as we go. I'm going to cut that out. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child learning about the world in which you are born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long, trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. Ooh, a bit mind-bending that. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? Okay. There you go, the prologue, growing up. In chapters childhood, adolescence and youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities and relationships. By the end of prologue, you will determine the estate and future occupation of your hero. I'll tell you this now, we'll try and go for the kind of holy playthrough. Whether it'll turn out that way, I have no idea, but that's what I'm hoping. Only in adulthood will he start to influence the world around him and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Jack Brante grow up to be? It's your call. It's our call, man. So yeah, here we go. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. They look great at the moment, but I think they must fill in as we go through, as we choose. We can either dare to study fencing like your father, even though you have no right to it by birth. There are some conditions which... we don't qualify. Okay. As a small child, you suffer your first death and rebirth. Okay, you experience an insight when your mother tells you about the ways of the world and lots of its inhabitants. We need perception of 4 and we need to play with the ants. We don't qualify for any of that nonsense. Oh, we can go through. This is our personality traits. Your personal qualities at this age, i.e. very young, they determine which choices you make. So we do have determination of 0 and perception of 0 at the moment. Your inner strength and the number of lesser deaths that you have experienced, these qualities will stay with you for your entire life. Yeah, we also need to point out, I guess, that the year is 1118. So I don't know how many years, because obviously we're going to be living numerous lives. The section that opens in this chapter. Okay, so the Destiny screen is now available, the personality screen, the House of Brante, and the family screen. Good times. And there we go, begin chapter. So this one right at the beginning. Okay, so these are future things. Okay. So these are the things which we do need to keep an eye out for. Right, okay. Shall we have a look around? There's the personality screen. We are aged 0, so I guess we've just been born. So this is a little bit like Tristram, Shandy, I guess, where we are kind of talking about our own birth here. We are lowborn. Our occupation is growing up. We've suffered 0 deaths so far. And we are untouched by death. And then, yep, we've seen all of those previously. What else? It was the House of Brante screen. Reputation 3, tarnished honor. So perhaps we need to try and work through and improve the lot of our dynasty. Into a glorious house, maybe. That'd be awesome. Kind of like Crusader Kings that we've played on the channel. Our wealth is pretty modest at the moment. We're not in poverty, but we're of fairly modest means, I guess. And then we are at peace. Our heir is Stefan Brante. Robert Brante's son from his first marriage and a noble by birth. From a young age, he has been striving to be the first in all things and demonstrate the superiority to the family. Oh, so this is interesting. I guess we could try to become the heir to the Brante family name on our own, but at the moment it's Stephen Brante or Stefan Brante. We could try and supplant him as the heir, I'm assuming. Can we look at the family tree? So there was our grandfather, Gregor Brante. There's us. So Stefan is our older brother, right? Okay. Gloria is our sister. Lydia Brante is our mother. Robert Brante is our father. Okay, Stephen is from the first marriage. That's pretty interesting. So we're the issue from the second marriage. That's pretty interesting. That could become important later on. Let's head back. Let's begin the chapter. Let's see what happens. Because that's what we all came here for, wasn't it? To look at some things progressing. There you go. Birth. The birth. We are somewhat like Tristram Shandy here. We are reading about our own birth. At first there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. But then a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. Oh, that's fantastic. So we do get some sound files which play at various points. It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory, you are lying on your back blinded by a bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are a part of them, and they are a part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. Yeah, this was like the happiest time of my life, for sure. It was toddlerhood, birth to toddlerhood. Although I think my first memory was probably watching Battle of the Planets, which plug is also available on the channel every Saturday morning. So yeah, tune in for that. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands towards you. There are two of them, the ones who made you form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They're united, yet as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel their differences within you, struggling against each other. The first figure is soft and emphatic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps your head to toe, or wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. And that's our mum for sure. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, and merciless punishment for every misdeed. Yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow, barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. So this is our own will to live that we are seeing here. That's awesome. A soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. So here we go. We can reach out to the palm, yeah. And so that's either perception +1, reach out to the fist, that's determination +1, smile at the shadow. You smile at the figure standing behind them. I'm going to choose willpower. Let's do it, because we are going to be taking that holy path. So here you go. This is our birth. Your first smile appears on your face, awkward yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, so all you hear is a sequence of booming sounds. But the stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger's look is all it takes for you to feel the will to live and act that now burns within you. There you go. And so I guess we need to make choices based on increasing stats over and over again. Full of power is 10 to 19. So we want to be aiming for 20 to 30, prepared for anything. The shadow brings a finger to its lips as of to say, there, baby, don't cry. This is our secret now. And then the shadow melts into light. Right, we have unfortunately run out of time. So, if you want to see the further adventures of Jack Brante from birth onwards. I guess you're going to have to tune in again. But this is just a review to, you know, kind of decide whether A, you want to buy the game yourself, and then B, whether you'd want me to continue with a playthrough. Just as something else, just because we have been playing. I mean, I still love it. I still love Library of Ruina, but it's not going to last forever. And we do have to think about doing something else at some point. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more Life and Suffering of Sir Brante. And then we'll either carry on or not, depending on whether you want to see more. Alright. Also, let me know if you want to see another review as we've progressed through slightly further, just to make a review and just to, you know, decide on whether the mechanics are sound or not. Just let me know in the comments, and of course give me a like. Alright, thanks for watching. Please do leave a like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante. Alright, bye for now.
You can tell them in my name to all go to hell.